It's Texans Radio. Mark Vandermeer, John Harris with Justin Reid, safety. So how's the offseason been, Justin? Because I know it's a little crazy. COVID is still going on. Offseason workouts, not the same as previous years, of course. How have you been and how's it going in 2021?
Yeah, I'm doing great, man. I'm the proud father of a brand new baby giant schnauzer. He's 10 weeks old. He takes up a lot of my time right now. But the off season's been going really good. My body feels great. It's better than last year now that we've had a year on our belt, kind of have a better plan for this situation that we're in, not just getting thrown into it. So it's been going well. I've been traveling to a couple of different guys in off season. Jake Glazer do some UFC training. Ryan Clark, Will Sullivan are my main guys I go to work my craft. And then I've been in the building here too at Mike Eubanks, really focusing on getting my legs strong. And yeah, like I said, I physically feel great.
All right, Justin, I'm going to ask a question. I think I know the answer to this, but I think a lot of people would hear Jay Glazer, UFC. What? Are you learning to throw hands? Why would you train with Jay Glazer?
Yeah, man. Well, the UFC training is a whole lot of fun, man. There's actually a lot that transfers to the football field too. A lot of it is having a strong base, being in balance. You can't be too out of whack throwing your punches or anything like that, or else you're gonna lose your balance, which translates to, say you're locked up on a guy, you're trying to defeat a block. They taught me some new moves just to make it a little more painful for the other guy instead of just, shedding or, ripping through. How about with that rip through, you throw a punch into it, you know what I mean? And really hit him in the forearm or in the bicep, just make them feel a little bit more. So some of those things I thought was actually some pretty good ideas and a lot of fun.
Justin, the draft is coming up. Can you share some pre-draft memories with us? How it felt when you were getting ready for the draft and how it felt to wait into the third round when you were selected by the Houston Texans?
Man, the NFL draft is one incredible experience, bro. It's like no other. And I really got the chance to almost feel like I went through it twice. Once in 2013 when my brother went through it, and I got to do the New York experience, being in the green room. And then for my personal draft, I just did it at home, invited like 100 family members out, and just, had a nice old school draft block party at the house. But you truly don't know where you're going to go. Like I had no idea I was going to the Houston Texans. I didn't talk to the Texans staff, front office, coaches, or anything one time before, not at all, not once before I ended up getting drafted here. So it really came as a surprise. I was excited though. It's still, somewhat close to home. And I was excited to be at a team that I knew I could come in and contribute early on.
Justin, I'm asking a question that I don't want you to take offense to, but last year was a first for you. It was the first since you did not have an interception in a while. I don't even know, maybe going back to your high school days, I don't even know about that. It was a point of emphasis Mark and I talked about during the season. I would imagine it's a point of emphasis now for you. Is there anything in the offseason in which you can kind of get your mind wrapped around what happened last year and how you can make it better going forward, where you guys are a little bit more ball hawkish and go and get into football as opposed to last year when you guys didn't get it?
Yeah, well, number one, first and foremost, we got to do a better job stopping the run, because teams aren't going to throw the ball if they feel like they can run the ball all day. And that's an 11-man job. That's on everybody, to go and do that. And whenever we force teams into passing situations, there'll be more opportunities to make plays on the ball, make interceptions. I was really disappointed in myself that I didn't have one last year. It's, like you said, it's the first time since probably not even my freshman year of college, since high school, that I didn't have one. So it's a big emphasis for me this year too. I'm excited about the schemes that we're putting in with Coach Smith and Coach Greg Jackson, my DB coach. The defense feels a lot tighter. It feels like there'll be more traps that we're able to put in to try and make plays on the ball. And they've really been emphasizing turnovers in whatever shape and form it comes in. Picks, interceptions, fumbles, whatever we can do. The emphasis has been get the ball. And I've been a big fan of that.
How do you think this is going to be getting to know all your new teammates? Because we're still in this sort of hybrid, virtual, sort of non-virtual world working out. I know what's going on with the offseason program. How's that process going to play out in your opinion? This is just a projection because we don't really know.
Yeah, it's harder. It's harder, especially since we have so many new guys and a completely new coaching staff. You would really like to be able to have those personal relationships and that chemistry that you get to build in the off season But it's just a different situation that we're in right now. And that's what the whole league is going through with the virtual OTAs and what have you. But we started some text message chains, been able to know guys over the phone a little bit, as the best that we can do at the moment. But I'll be really excited when I get to see these guys in person in the building, get to know them a little bit, their story, their family, their background, how they got here, and start to build that chemistry and build that unity between each other.
Justin, we talk to veterans all the time, and we ask them, what's the biggest thing about being successful in the NFL? And the first thing they say is taking care of your body.
Yeah.
I follow you on Instagram, and every single day you post a picture of what you're eating. And it makes me want to throw up because there's so much green, and I'm allergic to vegetables. So I'm like, what is this that he's eating? And I got to think, you're a guy from Baton Rouge. I got to think you didn't always eat that way. So how has nutrition kind of played a role in building your body? And basically what those veterans have said, is it true? And is this one of the main ways you're doing it?
Yeah, well, it was different from when I was a kid, and my mom was a great cook too, but we were into the soul food, man. I'm from down south, Baton Rouge, crawfish, dirty rice, collard greens, all of that. And I still love that stuff. But now I get to afford a chef, Silver Whisk, my chef Jake. He's awesome, man. He really throws down. He just takes things that I like and just makes them healthy. So I told him the other night I wanted like a hamburger helper, and he came and substituted all the ingredients and made it as healthy as possible. And I love it because it really helped me because of the couple injuries I've had the last couple years. It's become an emphasis to get back from those. And what best way to do that is sleep and nutrition. So it's become an emphasis for me, and it's paid dividends.
How will the workouts you're doing, Justin, change as you get closer to training camp and then into training camp? Because I got to imagine at some point you're not building it up anymore, but you're trying to maintain. How do you work all that as you ramp up for the 2021 season?
Well, right now it's about building the foundation. It's about right now is like a gain period for me. It's high intensity, high workloads. Not necessarily the conditioning part, although I am running, but it's not the high volume conditioning. It's more the high volume weight room stuff in order to build my body mass and physique to get ready for the year. Then as we approach training camp more, I transition more into conditioning, slim down maybe a couple pounds, like 3 or 4 pounds, really take my body fat down low and be ready to run, because that's how I make my money, is to be able to run all day. And at that point too is whenever I want to really start honing in on working with Ryan Clark and Will Sullivan in order to work on my technique and craft to play DB.
Justin, you know this as well as anybody. To get ready for the NFL draft, you got to take the Wonderlic test. It's time for your defensive back Wonderlic, but it's more like word association. So I'm going to ask you about quarterbacks that you've faced. And I want you to just give me a snippet about that particular quarterback and what it's like to face him. All right?
Okay.
So we're going to start with Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, the greatest of all time. That's a hell of a way to start. Man, when you play Tom Brady, like everything, you just paid attention to the details with everything more, because you know if there's anything wrong with your coverage, if there's any hole in the defense, there's no doubt about it, he is going to find it. You know what I mean? So it's very difficult to play zone coverage against him because he knows how to pick it apart. A lot of teams, you basically have to play man. You know, that's your best option against him so he can't just find the windows and pick you apart downfield.
Patrick Mahomes.
He's a magician, man. If he scrambles out of the backfield and you're not able to keep him in the pocket, you're in trouble. So the biggest thing with him on the defense side of the ball is you got to keep him in that cave, man. You have to. Because when he gets to run around and start side arming and jumping and everything like that, and he has 4 guys that all run 4-1, running down the field along Travis Kelce, gets hard. So you really want to speed him up and keep him in the pocket.
2 more. Ben Roethlisberger.
Big Ben. Well, Big Ben is going to be able to see the whole field. There's not going to be much he can't see just purely because of his height. He loves throwing the fade ball. I think Chase Claypool and Juju really came into his own this year for him, as far as Juju being there too. But he's just the old-time Wally vet. You're not going to see him move around too much in the pocket, but he's a purebred passer.
All right, you faced this guy just one time, but I got a feeling that you grew up in Baton Rouge, so you watched him a bunch. Drew Brees.
Drew Brees. Yeah, man. I remember when I was a kid, I seen him when he won the Super Bowl. That was a big moment for the entire state of Louisiana. But Drew is just another guy that's just efficient, man. You're going to see maybe 3 or 4 passes to every run, even though they have Alvin Kamara. But he's a guy that really loves the mid-range of the field. He's not really much of a deep ball guy, not the same way that he used to be. But those short, 2 to 12-yard passes is really where he lives and works his craft at. And he's obviously been very successful at it, breaking I don't know how many records.
Justin, what do you think of the number rule? And are you tempted?
Ooh, number 8.
I'm sticking with 20, man. I really grew into 20. 20 is where I feel like I'm home at. I think it's a cool thing that they're doing, allow guys to have some more flexibility. For me, myself, though, I'm going to stick with 20.
All right. Guy that wore number 6, Justin, one last one. Guy that wore number 6 in college. He's talking about bringing it out of retirement. Maybe number 2 because he wore that in high school is Lonnie Johnson. You saw the transition from corner to safety for him. What do you think about that, and what do you think his future projects?
The transition from corner to safety was big time for him, man. I really seen his confidence grow. I think he's more comfortable in the position. He's a big, strong, physical guy who loves contact. And I think him getting to learn, we got a special guest that's showing up. I think him getting to learn the position really paid dividends for him.
Your dog.
Y'all want to say hello to my son Rambo. He's a 10-week-old giant schnauzer. He's calm right now, but just wait until he gets home. He's going to be a tornado.
We need some audio from Rambo.
Yeah. Right. Lonnie is really coming to his own. I'm excited for him to build on the confidence and the foundation that he built last year. I think him playing safety and getting to learn the playbook better has helped him just play football better as a football player. So I'm excited for him and what his future holds. We got the evil twins coming at you in the backfield.
Nice. The evil twins. I'm using it. Justin, thanks so much for joining us. Best of luck the rest of the way this offseason. All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to know when we post new content.